their longest streak in postseason franchise history. On the other side, the Thunder remain undefeated in the playoffs after sweeping the Lakers in the West semifinals. They are the fourth defending champion to win their first 8 games of a postseason, and the previous 3 all went on to reach the NBA Finals. Both teams may not be at full strength yet. The Knicks are without OG Anunoby, who is day-to-day with a hamstring injury, and the Thunder are without Jalen Williams, who has missed the last 6 games with a hamstring injury of his own. Now, both of these teams are heading to their respective conference finals, so they're not going to meet just yet. However, they both get to chill for a few games since they did sweep. So which is the more dangerous team right now? Is it the Knicks or is it the Thunder?
It has to be the Thunder. I mean, they're the defending champ. They got a bunch of guys. Haven't lost a playoff game yet. They won 8 straight. The Knicks beat the Hawks, really. And then they beat the Sixers, who, were Embiid didn't play in 2 of the games, were a disaster. And the Knicks are playing great. And I think they beat Detroit or Cleveland, especially Cleveland. I think they beat Detroit. I think they'll be in the final. But I think the Thunder are the team to beat. I know the Spurs. You guys are flying on the Spurs, and I get that. Should be a great series. I think those are the 2 best teams. I think the Knicks are third. But I don't think at the end of the day the Knicks are going to win a championship. They win a game against OKC. Maybe they even win a couple games against OKC. But Hartenstein and Holmgren against Towns and Robinson, they will play great. SGA is the best player on the court. Williams will come out and play. I got a bunch of guys on their team. Anunoby gets hurt a lot. They beat him twice in a regular season. They kill him in Oklahoma City. I think the Thunder are the better team.
I got to go with the Knicks. Oh. You're wrong. The Knicks are the more dangerous team right now between the two. You talk about who the Knicks play. Who did the Thunder play?
Well, they beat the Lakers.
They beat the Suns and the Lakers without Luka Doncic and subpar Austin Reeves. Okay, who gives a damn? And DeAndre Ayton, who can't catch a cold if he had his hands out there.
Unless he was on the beach.
Okay, so let's get that straight. But when you think about what the Knicks are doing, they're playing arguably the best basketball in the postseason on both ends of the floor. Mike Brown has unlocked an offense that is hard to guard. Right there, not only shooting the ball well from the three-point line, but the way that he is utilizing Karl Anthony Towns. He is a problem in itself because he is the point center. At any given time, he could catch and light it up because he could extend his range well beyond the three-point line. He could take you off the dribble, and now he's getting into his Jokic bag. Well, we're seeing him get triple-doubles. Getting his, making guys around him better. Go to the other guy, Big Body Brunson, one of the best closers in the game of basketball. They're lacking at nothing. And defensively, they have found their groove. I'm so proud of Josh Hart. Josh Hart has really been their best defensive player in my eyes.
Yes, he has.
Has accepted every assignment from start to finish, and he has exceeded expectations when you talk about being a star in his role. The Knicks are deep. They're playing extremely well on both ends of the floor. They're coming out of the Eastern Conference. That's the thing. They are coming out of the Eastern Conference. We don't know if the Thunder are coming out of the West. The Knicks are the more dangerous team.
New York Knicks, Doggy, are 8-2 in these playoffs.
Right.
They're number 2 in offensive rating. They're number 1 in scoring margin per game, field goal percentage, shooting, three-pointers, rebounding percentage as well. They're number 1 in all of these categories. But the real reason why the answer to this question as who's the more dangerous team is the Knicks is because of the last part that Big Perk just brought up. The New York Knicks have to go to Detroit or Cleveland. In all likelihood, Oklahoma City's going to have to go through San Antonio. So the point is, we don't know. The probability of Oklahoma City getting through San Antonio is significantly less than the probability of the New York Knicks getting through Cleveland or Detroit. That's what the point we're looking at. Now, we saw the Detroit Pistons kick the Knicks behind 3 times this season.
You were crazy on Detroit.
That's right, I was.
You're ridiculous.
Let me explain what happened. So I was absolutely crazy about Detroit, okay? And then the playoffs began, and I saw them struggle to find that second offensive option. And Jalen Duren wasn't the answer, but Tobias Harris stepped up, and I give him a lot of props. Very happy for Tobias Harris. The issue is that in the same time that happened, Mike Brown took Jalen Brunson off the ball. He turned Karl Anthony Towns into a facilitator. He's got the ball. He's more actively involved in the offense, and they have all fed off of it. Mikal Bridges has gotten out of his slump. OG Anunoby was playing otherworldly. Obviously, Jalen Brunson's been doing his thing because he's allowed to look for his shot as opposed to scoring while trying to run the team. All of these things. You have Shamet coming off of the bench. Okay, he's been doing his thing. McBride coming off the bench. He's been doing his thing. Jose as well. Alvarez. You see all of these guys doing what they're doing, and you see the New York Knicks literally going 9 deep. Literally going 9 deep. All of a sudden, it's like, wait a minute, that's not the same team. And so I look at it from that standpoint, and that's what has me saying New York Knicks coming out of the East. They're going to beat Detroit or Cleveland. That is what I believe. I ain't saying it's going to be easy, but the New York Knicks, I believe.
Well, I agree with that.
I think they're going to the finals, and that's the point. I don't, even though I agree with you in terms of OKC from top to bottom with the talent that they have, particularly what we're seeing from A.J. Mitchell, from McCain and these brothers, the bottom line is they're the better team talent-wise. I think that they got a tougher path to prosperity because they're going to have to go through Wemby in all likelihood. And we don't know if they're going to pull that off. But we believe more so that the New York Knicks will. That's why the answer to this question is the Knicks.
Well, you got the San Antonio Spurs being the 71 Lakers, the both of you. Oh, my goodness. Can they get by the Timberwolves first, please? They've lost 2 home games. I mean, can they get by the Timberwolves before we sit there and put them on this 39-3 stretch that the Lakers had in 71, 72, won 69 games with Wilt? Can we at least sit there, history? Can we at least sit there and wait till they see if they can beat the T-Wolves before you sit there and tell me that the Thunder might lose to them?
I just watched them beat the T-Wolves last night, and I firmly believe they're going to win this series in Game 7.
So you think they're going to lose a Game 6 on the road?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and they're going to win Game 7.
Doesn't that tell you that if they have to go 7 games against the T-Wolves, doesn't that tell you something?
Don't bring that up. We've seen when the Lakers and when the Boston Celtics, whether it's with the 80s or beyond, when they were in the postseason, we've seen them have to go through. We've seen Michael Jordan and these brothers got to go through Indiana.
I had to go through 2 7-game series.
There we go. It happens.
We won
it happens. Do you close when it's time? That's the bottom line. And they're going to close.
I agree with you on that. So I think it's going to be an Oklahoma City Knick final. That's what I think it's going to be. You think Thunder, Spurs, I think Thunder, and I'll give the Knicks 2 games in the NBA final.
Well, I'm done with the predictions on the West, okay? I'm done with the predictions on the West. Yeah, I'm done.
You've been all over the place.
No.
You stayed with the Spurs. You backed down a little. Now you're back on the Spurs.
No. That's not consistent, Perk.
Huh?
That's not consistent.
God.
Spurs, not Spurs. You like him, but Detroit.
That's true. We've been a little wishy-washy.
Regular season.
That's
regular season. I'm really back to where I was.
Okay.
Because the fact is, I started off the season saying OKC and the Knicks in the finals before a game was played.
I think the biggest thing is that San Antonio has this